US Bangla Airlines plane with 71 on board crashes in Kathmandu during landing. 50 presumed dead. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina condoled US Bangla air crash death. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina telephoned Nepalese Premier and returns home tomorrow, cutting short Singapore visit. 36 Bangladesh citizens were on board US Bangla plane. Bangladesh Embassy in Kathmandu opens hotline. Civil Aviation Committee formed to investigate crash. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong hold formal talks. 2 MOUs signed. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid returns home attending International Solar Summit in India. CIA welcomes summit prospect between US President Donald Trump and North Korea leader Kim Jong-un. And winning toss, India sends Sri Lanka to bat in rain-interrupted 4th match of Nidha's T20 trophy. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching News at 10 on BTV World. I'm Nuzhat Sharmeen.
And I'm Shamim Khan, welcoming you all. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news and details. At least 49 people were killed as an aircraft of Bangladesh's private US Bangla Airlines crashed and burst into flames while landing at Kathmandu with 71 people on board. Among them, 67 were passengers and 4 were crews of the flight. Nepal authorities called out army for the rescue operations at the scene. Flight tracking website Flight Radar 24 said the plane crashed at 2:20 local time, which is 2:50 Bangladesh time, on a football pitch to the east of the runway at Tribhuvan International Airport as the plane veered off the runway while landing. Video footage showed plumes of black smoke rising from the crash site as the rescue vehicles rushed to the scene. Nepalese media reported that all flights in and out of Nepal's only international airport were cancelled for hours after the accident. Meanwhile, Bangladesh Embassy in Nepal said 22 injured passengers of the crashed plane were being treated at different hospitals of Nepal, and added that it opened a hotline and for any information 2 embassy officials would be available. The officials are Councillor Muhammad Al-Alam Al-Imam and First Secretary Asid Baran Sharkar, having mobile numbers +9 7798 101 00401 and +9 77 986 146 7422. US Bangla officials in Dhaka said the record suggested 36 of 71 people on board, including the crew, were Bangladeshis, while 33 were Nepalese. 1 passenger was Chinese, another one was from Maldives. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina expressed profound shock and sorrow at the tragic deaths in a plane crash of Bangladesh's US Bangla Airlines in Kathmandu, Nepal today. In separate condolence messages, they prayed for eternal peace of the departed souls of the crash victims and conveyed deep sympathy of the bereaved family members. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, now in Singapore on a 4-day official visit, expressed deep shock and sorrow at the casualties in a US Bangla plane crash in Nepal's Tribhuvan International Airport. The Prime Minister is keeping round-the-clock contact in this regard. The Prime Minister prayed for eternal peace of the departed souls of the crash victims and conveyed profound sympathy to the family members. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, in a video message, expressed deep shock at the casualties of airplane accident in the Nepalese capital Kathmandu. She assured of providing all kinds of support to the families of the dead and injured persons of the US Bangla flight that met an accident in Nepal.
কাঠমান্ডুতে US বাংলা এয়ারলাইন্সের একটা প্লেন ক্র্যাশ হয়েছে। এই ঘটনায় আমি অত্যন্ত মর্মাহত এবং যারা মারা গেছে তাদের প্রতি আমি আমার শোক জানাচ্ছি। এবং দুর্ঘটনার পরপরই নেপালের প্রধানমন্ত্রীর সাথে আমার কথা হয়েছে এবং তিনিও শোক প্রকাশ করেছেন, দুঃখ প্রকাশ করেছেন, আমিও শোক প্রকাশ করেছি, কারণ সেখানে আমাদের বাংলাদেশের যাত্রী ছিলেন, নেপালের যাত্রী এবং চায়না, মালদ্বীপ সহ কয়েকটি দেশের যাত্রী সেখানে গিয়েছে। ৭১ জন যাত্রী ইতিমধ্যে উদ্ধার করা হয়েছে, তার মাঝে প্রায় ৩৩ জনের মতনই ধারণা করা হচ্ছে যে বেঁচে নেই। ১৪ জন বাংলাদেশের এবং ৪ জন নেপালের বেঁচে আছে বলে এ পর্যন্ত আমরা খবর পেয়েছি। তার মধ্যে কিছু যথেষ্ট দুর্ঘটনায় পড়ে আহত। নেপালের প্রায় ৫টা হসপিটালে তাদেরকে চিকিৎসা ব্যবস্থা নেওয়া হচ্ছে এবং নেপালে যেখানে অ্যাক্সিডেন্টটা হয়েছে ঠিক ওদের সেনা ছাউনির কাছেই, কাজে নেপালের সেনাবাহিনী তাৎক্ষণিকভাবে উদ্ধার কাজ শুরু করে এবং নেপালের সরকারও এবং আমাদের অ্যাম্বাসেডার ওখানে ছিলেন, তিনিও ঘটনাস্থলে পৌঁছে যান। আর এদিকে আমাদের বাংলাদেশেও আমাদের ৩ বাহিনী প্রধান থেকে শুরু করে পিএসও এবং আমাদের পিএমওর সকল কর্মকর্তা প্রত্যেকেই এই ব্যাপারে যোগাযোগ রাখছে এবং কি ব্যবস্থা নেওয়া যেতে পারে পররাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয় অনবরত খোঁজখবর রাখছেন। ইতিমধ্যে একটা প্লেন, ডাক্তার এবং প্রয়োজনীয় লোকবল সহ সব কিছু রেডি করা আছে। যেহেতু নেপালের এখনও এয়ারপোর্ট খোলেনি, সেজন্য আমরা কোনো টিম পাঠাতে পারছি না, তবে যা যা প্রয়োজনীয় আমরা তা করব। এবং নেপালের প্রধানমন্ত্রীকেও আমি এটা বলেছি যে উদ্ধার কাজ বা চিকিৎসা এই ব্যাপারে যা যা সহযোগিতা দরকার বাংলাদেশ সবসময় পাশে আছে, আমরা থাকব। আর যেহেতু আগুন লেগে গিয়েছে এবং পুড়ে গেছে, অনেকগুলি ডেড বডি এখনও শনাক্ত করাই খুব কঠিন হবে বলে আমরা মনে করি। তারপরেও আমরা চেষ্টা করছি যে মুহূর্তে এয়ারপোর্ট চালু হবে আমাদের টিম যাবে। আর এর বাইরে আমাদের যারা ডাক্তাররা এইসব ব্যাপারে যথেষ্ট পারদর্শী, প্রয়োজনে আমরা টেলিফোনের মাধ্যমে বা ভিডিও কনফারেন্সিংয়ের মাধ্যমে তাদেরকে সহযোগিতা করব চিকিৎসার। আর যখনই আমাদের পক্ষে সুযোগ হবে সাথে সাথে আমরা টিম পাঠাবো এবং এদের যাদের নিয়ে আসা সম্ভব আমরা সবাইকে নিয়ে আসবো, এই ব্যবস্থাটা আমরা নিয়েছি। এবং যারা মারা গেছেন তাদের প্রতি আমার শোক জানাচ্ছি। আর যারা এখনও জীবিত আছে এবং যাদের চিকিৎসা প্রয়োজন তাদের চিকিৎসা এবং যা যা প্রয়োজনীয় সব করতে আমরা প্রস্তুত। আমরা নেপালের প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে আমি জানিয়েছি যে তাদের যে কোনো ধরনের সহযোগিতার জন্য বাংলাদেশ সবসময় প্রস্তুত আছে, সব রকম সহযোগিতা আমরা করব। আর এখানে আমাদেরই দেশের যাত্রী বেশি ছিল, এটাই হচ্ছে কাজী সব যারা মারা গেছেন তাদের সকল পরিবারের প্রতি আমার শোক জানাচ্ছি, দুঃখ প্রকাশ করছি।
Meanwhile, Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary expressed profound shock and sorrow at the casualties in a plane crash of Bangladesh's US Bangla Airlines in Nepal's Tribhuvan International Airport. Besides, Deputy Speaker Fazle Rabbi Mia, Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhid, Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir, LGRE and Cooperatives Minister Khondokar Musharraf Hussain, Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu, Law Minister Anisul Haq, Social Welfare Minister Rashid Khan Menon, Disaster Management and Relief Minister Mufazzal Hussain Chaudhry Maya, Civil Aviation and Tourism Minister AKM Shah Jahan, and State Minister of Public Administration Ismatara Sadiq also expressed profound shock at the deaths in Kathmandu plane crash.
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was accorded a welcome reception by the Singapore government at the Istana, the office-cum-residence of the Singapore President in Singapore, this morning. On her arrival at the Istana, which also houses the office of the Singapore Premier, Sheikh Hasina was received by Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. The Singapore Prime Minister received the Bangladesh Premier at the gate of the Istana when she alighted from her car. Later, a smartly turned-out contingent of Singapore Armed Forces gave the Prime Minister a guard of honor. She inspected the guard and took salute while the national anthems of the two countries were played. After that, the Prime Minister paid a courtesy call on Singapore President Halima Yaqub at the same venue. Later, the Bangladesh Premier held a meeting with her counterpart, Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong led their respective sides in the talks. Later, Bangladesh and Singapore signed 2 memorandums of understanding on cooperation in the areas of air services and private-public partnership. The instruments were signed following the official meeting between prime ministers of the 2 countries. Later, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina attended a luncheon hosted by the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Hsien Loong, in her honor. At the function, the Premier urged the Singapore government to provide a decent work atmosphere for Bangladeshi workers as the Southeast Asian country continues to be a favorite destination for them.
Bangladesh and Singapore share a similar outlook on many issues of global concern. We take mutual supportive positions in international fora, including in the UN. Our positions are based on a deeper understanding of and respect for each other's values, principles, and approaches. The assumption of ASEAN chair this year, my country would wish to forge deeper cooperation with ASEAN during the Singaporean leadership.
Addressing the program, Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said his first official meeting with Bangladesh Premier Sheikh Hasina in Singapore has created a good opportunity to strengthen partnership between the 2 countries. Singapore-based companies are keen on the growing Bangladeshi market as significant opportunities are laying there in energy and port sectors, he said. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina visited the port of Singapore, one of the world's busiest ports. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ihsanul Karim said the Prime Minister visited the port of Singapore this afternoon and witnessed its automation activities. He said the officials of the port apprised the Prime Minister of the port activities and expressed their interest to help the Chittagong port for its automation. Sheikh Hasina reached Singapore on Sunday afternoon on a 4-day official visit to Singapore at an invitation of her Singapore counterpart Lee Hsien Loong. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has returned home after attending the founding conference of International Solar Alliance in New Delhi. A regular aircraft of Jet Airways carrying the president and his entourage landed at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport this afternoon. Agriculture Minister Motiyar Chaudhry, Social Welfare Minister Rashid Khan Menon, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Cabinet Secretary, Chiefs of the 3 services, Principal Secretary of the Prime Minister's Office, Inspector General of Police, and high civil and military officials were present at the airport to receive the President. President Abdul Hamid went to India on a 5-day official visit on March 8th. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry has said association of women with the mainstream of development will ease the efforts of making Bangladesh a developed country. She said this while speaking at a seminar at East West University in the capital today, organized marking the International Women's Day. Trustee Board Chairman of the university, Dr. Mohammad Farashuddin, chaired the seminar, which was also addressed by its Vice Chancellor, Professor M.M. Shahidul Hassan, and BIDS Senior Research Fellow Dr. Nazneen Ahmed. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry said Bangladesh is now a role model of development and women's empowerment in the world, following various initiatives taken by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She urged the countrymen to work sincerely from their respective positions for the progress of the country.
hinting that the next national budget of around 4,75,000 crore taka for fiscal year 2018-2019 will be placed before the Jatiya Sangshad on June 7. Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Mohit said it is necessary to think about putting an end to the loan default culture in the country. He was speaking at a pre-budget discussion with the country's renowned economists and professionals held at the NEC conference room in Dhaka today. Renowned economist Professor Rahman Subhan, former Finance Minister Dr. M. Saiduzzaman, former Bangladesh Governor Dr. Muhammad Farashuddin, Dr. Debapriya Bhattacharya, former Finance Secretary M. Matiul Islam, former Finance Secretary Dr. Muhammad Tariq attended the discussion among others. State Minister of Finance and Planning M. A. Mannan and secretaries concerned were also present. The Finance Minister said human development, health, sanitation and education would continue to enjoy higher emphasis in the next budget like the previous years. Health and Family Welfare Minister Mohammad Naseem has called upon BNP leaders to take preparation for the national polls in December 2018. He said this while addressing a discussion meeting titled Election Time Government, organized by Bangladesh Nationalist Front BNF at the Jatiya Press Club in Dhaka today. BNF Chairman S.M. Abul Kalam Azad chaired the meeting, which was also addressed by its co-chairman Mumtaz Jahan Chaudhry, Ataur Rahman Khan, Mustafa Babul, S.M. Islam and M. Khalid. Mohammad Naseem said the election would be held in December, the month of victory under Election Commission, and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina would be the chief of the government during the election time. Awami League wants BNP to participate in the election, he added. Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu has said, to build an egalitarian and humanistic society, human beings have to be placed above politics and profit. The minister was speaking as chief guest at a condolence meeting in the capital today of Dr. Hakim Rafiqul Islam, Senior Marketing Director of Hamdard Laboratories. Civil Aviation and Tourism Minister A.K.M. Shahjahan Kamal, speaking on the occasion as special guest, said Dr. Rafiq was an example of a humanistic life. The Information Minister said everybody does not have to be a minister or a member of parliament or a politician, but they have to be humanitarian and patriotic. Only then shall we get an egalitarian and humanitarian society. Hassanul Haq Inu referred to Dr. Rafiq as his fellow freedom fighter and said he had great love for people, society and the country. The chief Mutawali of Hamdard, Dr. Hakim Muhammad Yusuf Harun, chaired the meeting, while Qazi Rozi MP, President of CPB Mujahidul Islam Salim and members of the deceased family were present at the meeting. Bangladesh sought political support of China for a sustainable solution of the Rohingya crisis. State Minister of Foreign Affairs Shahriar Alam sought the help when the newly appointed Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh, Zhang Zhu, paid a courtesy call on him at the Foreign Ministry today. The Chinese envoy said both Myanmar and Bangladesh are friendly neighbors of China and China takes an impartial position on the issue. The Chinese ambassador expressed happiness at the progress achieved between Bangladesh and Myanmar through bilateral engagement.
And now, international news. CIA Director Mike Pompeo has defended Donald Trump's decision to meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, saying the president understands the risks. Mr. Trump isn't doing this for theater, he is going there to solve a problem, the spy chief told Fox News Sunday. The president has said the yet-to-be-arranged summit could produce the greatest deal for the world. But critics have warned that if the talks go poorly, the two nations will be in a worse position than before. At least 42 people have been killed in Syria's eastern Ghouta as government forces continue to launch air raids on the rebel-held enclave while edging closer to its central towns. Activities in Douma, one of the main urban centers, told on Sunday that Syrian jets have not stopped bombing towns all over Ghouta. Syrian state television reported the town of Mudira had been seized on Sunday by the army, which is now able to link up with units on the other side of eastern Ghouta. Government forces have now surrounded Douma after capturing the neighboring town of Mizraba, 10 kilometers east of Damascus, on Saturday.
Now news on sports. Sri Lanka are now batting against India in the fourth match of Nidaha's T20 trophy in the rain-interrupted match in Colombo. The Lankans scored 123 runs for 6 wickets in 15 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, India won the toss and sent Sri Lanka to bat first. The match delayed due to rain and 1 over curtailed per side due to delay. Kabaddi event of Bangladesh Youth Games started at Bolton National Kabaddi Stadium in the capital today. Inspector General of Bangladesh Police Dr. Javed Patwari inaugurated the game. In the inaugural day, Rajshahi beat Mymensingh while Chittagong defeated Borishal Division in the boys category. In the girls category, Mymensingh beat Sylhet while Chittagong won against Khulna Division. And now to end the bulletin, a recap of the top stories. US Bangla Airlines plane with 71 on board crashes in Kathmandu during landing. 49 presumed dead. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina condole US Bangla air crash death. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina telephoned Nepalese Premier and returns home tomorrow, cutting short Singapore visit. 36 Bangladesh citizens were on board US Bangla plane. Bangladesh Embassy in Kathmandu opens hotline. Civil Aviation Committee formed to investigate the crash. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong hold formal talks. 2 MOUs signed. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid returns home attending International Solar Summit in India. CIA welcomes summit prospect between US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. And winning the toss, India sent Sri Lanka to bat in the rain-interrupted 4th match of Nidaha's T20 trophy.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch